Catherine Lundoff is next.
Alright. Okay, so I've got several books out, and I'm going to be contrary and not read from any of them. Instead, I'm going to read from a flash fiction piece that's going to be appearing in a magazine called Luna Station Quarterly in the December issue, so it'll be out in a couple of weeks. And it's a prequel to a novel I'm working on right now, which, if all goes well, will be out next year. It's called The Light Fantastic. The starfields and galaxies hurtle past behind her closed lids at the speed of thought. They move so fast they paint a trail of shining white and blue and a dozen other colors across all that her mind can see. She spins bewildered in their wake, wondering how she will ever make sense of it all. But make sense of it she must if she is to pilot this ship, this clumsy hunk of metal and glass and plastic through the streaming maze of mass and energy. The price of failure is too high to imagine. A fireball shoots across her inner vision, blinding her, and her heart stutters in shock. Her brain runs through the list of dangers they covered in her training: meteorites, solar flares, black holes, warships bigger than her own small ship. She must glide past them or through them, triumphant, invisible, surviving to fly and fight another day. She wonders how she got here, to this point, except she already knows that she's never wanted anything more than this flight, this ship, that she would sacrifice almost anything or anyone in her life to get here, to stay here, that she already has. Her reflexes kick in, and she thinks the ship into a quiet part of space, a lull in the outer limits of the system. A hologram of a navigational star map pops up before her right eye, and she studies it, locating where she is and where she needs to be in a time span so brief it can be measured in blinks. She can feel the ship around her, the engines pulsing under her fingertips, the electrical currents dancing first on, then under her skin. The ship's computer purrs like a mecha cat in her ear, and she wants to reach out and take all of it into her, so that she is the ship and the ship is her, forgetting that she already has, at least until she has to disconnect and re-enter the frail meat shell that is her human body. But for now, she has nothing but power and speed at her command. She sends the ship spiraling through the system, dancing through the greenish gold rings that encircle the nearest planet. It is a moment of pure joy. This is what she wants to do. Always. If the ship didn't need fuel, she would do this forever. She forces herself to look at the ship's gauges, to recognize how much longer she could stay this far from her planetary base. Then, joy fading, she bows to the inevitable. They spin past the ringed planet, she and the ship, and she uses the momentum to fling her ship free of the planet's gravity and back toward the pulsing heart of the system. And pulse it does. There are other ships flying around her now, visible as dark spots against the backdrop of the planets, the sun. Her communicator crackles to abrupt life, reminding her that she's not out here alone, that this is someone else's ship she's piloting, and that someone expects her to be doing a job. X-273, come in. X-273, move to the Gamma Quadrant, acknowledge. The voice is precise, inhuman. The computer takes the starfields for granted in a way that she never can. With a grimace, she sends the signal code acknowledging her orders, then whips her way through evasive maneuvers past the ongoing battle and toward the part of the system that has been designated the Gamma Quadrant. Bright flashes of battle are all around her now, and she tries to catch her breath, steady her thoughts. A shot from a distant weapon comes too close, and her ship twists beneath her, trying to avoid the fiery impact that still sears the edge of her wing. She thinks about her weapons firing, pulse cannon and laser both blasting her enemy, and an instant later feels it happen. The other ship rocks back and forth, avoiding one shot, then another, only to fall prey to a third. It explodes into a million particles that vanish almost instantly, and she instinctively tries to dance her ship away to dodge the biggest of them. In the instant between the destruction of one ship and the attack of the next, she remembers that she's facing other Medusa pilots, each one hoping to think faster than she does. She feels a split second of regret. There are so few of them, each a potential lover, friend, compatriot. Then her reflexes take over and she blasts her way through the battle, she and her ship functioning as a single organism. She loses her body, her conscious thoughts, her fears. She is metal and glass and plastic, against the stars and planets and the fire of the other ships. Whatever she was before, whatever she will be, is lost in what the ship has become. One unit, one weapon. The end, when it comes as sudden, and feels as abrupt as piloting her ship into a port wall. Her ship steadies, evasion no longer required, and her comm bursts back into life. X-273, abort, return to base, engagement is complete. That cold voice cuts across everything, reflexes, thoughts, desires. It's enough to force her back into her aching body, and her awareness of the headset that's hooked into the brand new implants wired into her skull. She doesn't want to think about the battle, about why there are no more fireballs. She doesn't want to be back here, at least not until everything hurts less. Instead, she opts to think about how she has done what she has just done. They call her implants Medusas, after some old Earth monster. The ones who aren't wired say the wires coming out of the pilot's skulls look like snakes, that those who choose to embrace them are freaks, and 1,000 other hurtful things besides. They are wrong. They are also right. But they will never know what it is like to pilot a starship with their minds. Faster than thought, almost as fast as light, she dreams of dancing her hunk of metal through the stars again. Thank you.